Hello everyone, my name is Jack and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're doing a different type of video, and that is because we are going to be discussing Star Citizen. Now, if you don't know what Star Citizen is, that's exactly why you're on this video. It is titled What is Star Citizen after all. So we're going to be taking a look at it today and discussing some of the facts around it. So Star Citizen is an upcoming massively multiplayer space trading and combat video game being produced by Chris Roberts' company Cloud Imperium Games and its European counterpart Foundry 42. Now, if you might know of Chris Roberts before, he actually is known for his creation of a Wing Commander series, which has been quite iconic in gaming history, so you might know that from there. Now, the game project was crowdfunded in 2012 via the developer's own website, as well as on Kickstarter. Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform. If you haven't heard of it, then go take a look at it. You can find lots of cool things on it sometimes. In 2014, the Guinness World Records listed the sum of $39 million pledged on Star Citizen's very own website as the largest single amount ever raised via crowdsourcing. This, of course, being a massive record, especially for a video game as well. That's one thing to note out. As of May 2017, Star Citizen's crowdfunding has surpassed $150 million. Again, a very, very large feat for gaming and crowdfunding in general, to be honest. I believe Star Citizen did break a few records even after it broke the first Guinness World Record, which is quite cool. $150 million to a video game as well. That shows the power of the video games industry, in my opinion. Being described as an ambitious and groundbreaking vision, Star Citizen originally began development in 2011, when it was planned for a release in 2014 and again in 2016. As of 2017, there is actually no official release date for the game, as it's still in active development. So far, we are looking towards maybe a 2018 or 2019 release date for the game, but as of this video making, nothing has been confirmed by developers as of yet. Star Citizen has been described as well as marketed as a game for everyone. Whether you want to dogfight starships, battle in first-person combat, be a space trader, or just explore the galaxy, then you can. The idea of combining multiple video game genres is interesting to say the least, as it will allow a lot of a wide audience to enjoy the game if they wish. It's certainly something for myself, because it means I can get a lot more of my sci-fi friends involved who aren't interested in shooting spaceships all the time. But quote, one universe that could be a home to all gamers is how Chris Roberts has described his project before. Again, this game is very ambitious by targeting all gamers, and it's quite a gamble as well. The major unique selling point of this game is that the MMO persistent universe will still be developed even after commercial release. What this means is via the combination of emergent gameplay, which will be generated by players, and new content developed by the developers, it will be added on an ongoing basis, meaning the game is still going to have new features and new content being added all the time via players and developers. It kind of works in tandem. A very interesting concept I like to think of. Now, if you have been following Star Citizen development over the last couple of years, you probably would have heard of Squadron 42. If you haven't, no need to worry.
We have to use the power of human innovation to reclaim these so-called red systems and strike back at the enemy!
Squadron 42 is Star Citizen's story-based single-player campaign. It also features such iconic actors like Mark Hamill, Gary Oldman, and even Andy Serkis. Squadron 42 was originally slated for release in 2015, I believe. However, it is then moved to 2016, then 2017, and so far we do not have a confirmed release date. Moving on to where this sort of release date stuff comes into discussion here, I'm going to go over a little bit of the criticism that has been given to Star Citizen. So the game's reception has been criticised a number of times, most notably for its continued delay, as I previously mentioned. Now, from my personal perspective here, this is to be expected when dealing with a project on this scale. In my own mind, when I think of Star Citizen, I see that $150 million price tag there, essentially, or funding goal, and I think, that's a lot of stuff they can now do. And then I look at the original ambition, original dream of Chris Roberts, and think, wow, this actually is quite a big universe. Of course, it's going to take time. Anybody who thought this game was going to be a walk in the park, well, I'm sorry, but you thought wrong in my opinion there. Yes, delays are good, and development teams not being transparent are bad. However, this game is completely massive and it deserves time, I reckon, for perfection at least. People compare it to games like Elite Dangerous, which obviously didn't take that long to develop compared to Star Citizen, and got released in 2014. Don't forget again, these are two very different games. Yep, they may be based in space and everything like that, however down to the core they are two very different games. Star Citizen has been, and still sometimes compared to the other ambitious game, No Man's Sky. We all kind of know how No Man's Sky ended up, a tragic tale right there. Luckily for No Man's Sky, there is still continued development being done on that game, and I do have a video available on that on my channel discussing its continued development. It's also being described as the other super ambitious controversial space sim on the horizon. What people have been meaning by this is, when No Man's Sky was extremely controversial, Star Citizen is the next one in that line of controversy. And hopefully that's not the case, because I would like to see Star Citizen succeed. As you can probably see from the cinematics I'm playing in the background now, it looks a very impressive game, and when you actually get more in depth on certain systems, it is very ambitious. We've got things like Arena Commander where you can fight ships, dogfight with your friends, with a persistent universe. We have Star Marine, which is a first person combat, and that is absolutely really cool. It's based off games like Rainbow Siege, I think, and Counter-Strike, so they incorporate features from that to create Star Marine, and it's really cool. I tend to find myself playing it quite a lot.
No, I'm here to announce something equally exciting. Albert Einstein, the man who redefined human understanding of the universe, he once said, "The person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The person who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever seen before." An insightful sentiment meant to inspire thinkers and creators to push the boundaries of their understanding. It was, after all, said 1,000 years ago, before humanity had left our homeworld. So clearly he was speaking metaphorically. Today, as I just showed you, the unknown is out there, waiting to be discovered. For those that are looking for those places that no one has seen before, they are faced with a daunting challenge. What do you do when you get there? Up until now, it's been the province of governments and corporations to pave the way for sustained habitation. The power has been in the hands of the few. What if I offered you the ability to build your own settlement? To bring civilization to the most untamed of frontiers? A colony ship in the truest sense of the word. And I'm not talking about just transporting people, no. I'm talking about an all-in-one solution designed to build modular structures based on your needs. Capable of building a farm or a habitat, a trading post or a mining operation. I mean, that'd be crazy, right? Allow me to introduce the Pioneer. With that, let the new age of colonization begin.
On that note, it also should be worth mentioning that developers actually have attracted criticism themselves for continuing to raise funds enthusiastically while failing to meet project deadlines repeatedly. What people are meaning by this is that maybe if the game's going to be continued development, they should stop accepting money from new people, which is more down to a personal opinion, I believe. I've got mixed feelings on that myself, and probably would discuss it if asked to in a more in-depth detail video, as I think that's a subject I'd need more thought on. But yeah, it's down for another note there. Well, this kind of wraps up my short little story about what Star Citizen exactly is, as well as some of the news surrounding it. I'd also just like to say that because I mentioned some of the criticism about Star Citizen, I am not totally against the game in a negative way. I'm just looking at both sides of the story, because I'm the type of person where I do appreciate a game because of its scope, but also I want to make sure it's actually legit before chucking loads of money into it. There's certain features in Star Citizen right now where you can buy ships for about $800 to $1,000, and I look at that and just think, not for projects not released just yet. That bit does worry me slightly there, but then again, I do actually own part of the game. I've got a small little fighter I fly, and I got the cheapest package, the £45 Aurora, I think, and I run around shooting things sometime, and it's actually pretty cool, and it is enjoyable. I just can't wait to see the game actually come to what it's meant to be. For myself, Star Citizen is a dream come true, and I just can't wait for the moment when it gets fully released, no matter how far away that is. This game deserves its consistent development it's going to get, and like I said, I can't wait to see when it's actually released. But anyway guys, I've been Captain Jack, thank you for watching this video on my channel. I thought I'd discuss Star Citizen today, shed some more light on it so maybe members of my audience who don't understand it, and any new people are looking to understand the game as well. If you'd like to learn more, I'll leave some notes to some articles down below, as well as Robert Space Industries' own website, where you can go and pledge to the game if you so do wish. If you like this video on Star Citizen, please do let me know down in the comments, as well as hitting that like button, as I'm looking to create more content on the game soon, and I'd love to know how you guys, the audience, react to it. If there's any specific videos you'd like me to highlight, whether it's more in-depth analysis of certain features like Star Marine or Arena Commander, please do say so, and I can always create some informative videos talking about them. Anyway guys, again, I've been Captain Jack, thank you for joining my channel for this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.